Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Victoria and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today we are doing our final Halloween look for 2021. I am in love with how this turned out. Obviously, I'm Poison Ivy from Batman, and if you want to see how I got this makeup look and set up this whole outfit, then just keep watching. We are becoming Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy. That girl is poison. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. In case you hear it in my voice, I have been a little under the weather, so I don't sound the best. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to call attention to it now. I have a cold sore in my nose going. I don't get them in my, like on my lips, which I guess is like better. But I get them in my nose, and it happens a lot when I'm sick, and so I have one, and we're just going to pretend like it's not here, okay? We're just going to pretend. There's going to be so much going on, it's going to be not even obvious. So, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, shocker, shocker, and I'm going to do my concealer, my normal concealer. So now that I've done that, I'm going to put on my Covergirl Clean Fresh Translucent Setting Powder. Just going to set my face down with that. Just a little set here. So now we hit a crossroads. So Poison Ivy has had a lot of renditions of herself over the years. So if you don't know, Poison Ivy is a villain from the Batman series, and she's been in a bunch of stuff, but so like way back, I'll put pictures on the screen. Way back, she was a cartoon, obviously, but she had very minimal makeup, a red lip, a kind of a winged liner look. Then we get a little bit different, and she looks a little bit more evil. She's got like a green lip going. She's got a green outfit going. Then we have a different type of look for her. This one has more of like a red lip and like a very extended eye. Then we have this one, which is very pretty, very much like beautiful red lip with a eye, like a very flirty eye, so pretty. Then we have the Uma Thurman real life version where she's got kind of like a bronze lip almost, and she's got very, very dark eye makeup here, and then these things coming off. And I don't have these things, but I kind of want to do something that replicates that shape. That's kind of my plan for today. And I do want to do like obviously a green eye, and I'm trying to decide like, and then there are some versions where she is green. So you know what, I want to do something that is a little bit different. I want to do something, it's going to be different. I'm sure somebody's done something similar to that. I just can't find it. But I want to contour with green today. So I have two palettes that I'm probably going to pull from today because they both have greens in them. The first one being the Colourpop Just My Luck palette. I have used the crap out of this palette. It is stunning. I have like probably 6 or 7 different makeup looks on this channel alone with just that palette. It's insane. Colourpop, you can sponsor me. And then I have the Colourpop It's a Mood palette, which is new, and I have an entire dedicated video to it. But this palette has an entire row of greens in it right on the side here that are so stunning, and I haven't actually gotten to play with them, so I figured today could be a good time when I could use those as well. So I think to start with, I'm going to use the Just My Luck palette to bronze with, because I think that this is going to give me some cool contouring effects that I want. So I'm actually going to go in with a smaller brush than I would normally contour with, because I do want it to be kind of precise in a sense. So I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. brush. I used to use this all the time for highlight, and I'm going to use it for contour today. So I'm going to go into the Just My Luck palette, and I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is Kiss My Hoss, which is just kind of like a really pretty mid-toned green. And it's going to feel weird, but we're just going to go in. Place this where we would normally contour. and just kind of blow it up because I want it to be, I don't want this to be like a yellowy contour. I want this to be like a true green. And if you watched any of my Halloween tutorials last year, so stunning. I did a Frankenstein, like a Frankengirl look, and I did contour my face with green, but I went in with more like yellow toned greens. I want this to be like a true green. We are going to clean up down here, so don't stress too much if it gets a little low. Repeat on the other side. I want to keep this high, and as I said, we will clean, so if it gets a little low, don't fret. I still want this to be a hot poison ivy, but that doesn't mean we can't look a little bit more evil. Then I'm going to take this up on my forehead, because I do feel like you can't not, like, if that makes sense. Like, if we're doing it, we gotta do it. Really push it into the hairline. You don't want any weirdness up there. I don't think I want to put any on my nose, but we are going to contour under the chin with this. So you can actually bring it onto the chin if you want to like really snatch it. You see how that, I'm like actually putting it onto my chin as opposed to under it, and that helps create the illusion of a really chiseled jawline. So then, to kind of deepen up that and add some extra dimension, I'm going to go into the shade Act Natural with a little bit of Mo Bamba. Both of these are very intense, so just be aware. As I said, we will clean, so don't be too worried. Adding this dimension will make this all look a little bit less crazy, and don't worry, we're going to add so much more, and this will look not wild. This is just, you got one of those moments where you got to trust the process. Just trust the process. Don't freak out and go, oh my god, I ruined it. It looks terrible. I hate it. Stick with it. Don't get discouraged. You got it. Okay, so as I said, we were going to go in and clean it up. So I went in with a little bit of micellar water and a brush. And like, see, with it down, it doesn't even look, but whatever. But I just went in and carved right here and took a little bit off of the inside, and then we can start building again. So clean off your brush, and we will go a little bit back into the first shade we used, and just use this to blend. I do want it to be sharp, but I don't want it to be that sharp, so, you know, we'll blend it. This is all about the shape that you want. If there's a shape that you prefer, then you can go with that shape. So I actually do want to bring this down a little bit more onto my neck and collarbones, just so it blends in a little bit more. So I'm just going in with this dual fiber brush now, with nothing on it, and I'm just going to use this to blend everything that we have going on. This just adds a little bit of fluffing, which will make everything a little bit more seamless. And again, we're just going right into the eye socket with this contour, way up into the hairline, then under the chin, drag it down the neck. Then I do want to go into a little bit more of those colors, and we're just going to kind of carve out our collarbone areas. Add a little bit of this green all over the place. Very good. See, it's not so bad. We will add a little bit to the nose with just whatever is left, just right on the tip of it. And again, with the hair down, like, see, don't stress. It's okay. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay. So now let's go on to eyebrows. So I want to make my brows a little bit more intense and maybe a little bit redder than normal. So I'm going to go into this shade right here, which feels wrong. If I'm honest, I feel a little stressed about it, but it'll be fine. We're doing everything wrong today, so never fear. So I'm going to go in with a brow brush. This guy will be fine. This is an Aloe brush. And I'm going to go into the It's a Mood palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Fascination. Fascination. It has like a plummy reddish undertone, and it is pretty dark, and we are going to use that in our brows today. So, yeah, this is good. And then when we put we're going to work on flicking this up and out. Then when we put our brow gel on, it won't look, they'll kind of like brown it out a little bit, so it won't be so red. But I do want that redness to be in there. She is a villain, so we're going for an intense brow. Typically that's how that works. Yeah, see? Especially if you're somebody who's going to like spray their hair, this will make your brows match a little bit more. Any reddish, kind of plummy, deep shade you have in whatever palette you have could work for this. It doesn't have to be super clean because I do want this to kind of replicate that shape that the Uma Thurman character had, like really, really kind of wild shapes up here. I'm going to take the Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow in medium. If you want to use a red brow gel, you can, or a red mascara, but I have this, so this is what we're going to use, and I'm just going to use this to brush my brows up and out. Yeah, very good. Then we can clean up under the brows, so if you're not liking how that looks, never fear, we'll make it go away. So I'll just take this beaver tail brush and into the shade Bonafide, which is just kind of like a whitish, matte-ish shade. And we'll just wipe that right across the bottom of the brows to clean it up. Super. See, I feel like it's already coming together, right? Right. Okay. So let's move on to the actual eyes. So we're going to do greens, obviously. That feels like it goes without saying. And I want to do like a deep green fun look, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like she would have just like a beautiful deep green smoky eye. So that's kind of what the vibe we're going to go for is. It's not going to be anything too fancy and hard, but it's going to be effective, I think. So back in actually with that beaver tail brush that we were just using. I hope you guys know what I mean by that. I don't know like a better way to describe it. It's kind of like a beaver tail shape. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. We're going to see how this works. This is the shade Mystified from the It's a Mood palette. It's a matte, kind of almost tealy green, which is not quite the vibe I want to go for, but we have other shades in the other palettes that will kind of make it more true green. And I'm just going to pat this. Okay, putting that on, it is much more of a hunter green than it looks in the pan, which is good. I'm just going to put this all over the lid. This is really, really pigmented and really, really pretty. We are going to bring this pretty high up in the inner corner, and we are going to wing it out here. It's going to go right into that contour that we put on, which is why I wasn't worried about putting the contour into the eye socket area. We are going to kind of pull it into the inner corner here. Kind of carve that out almost. It kind of gives us like a mask type of feel, which I kind of like. Then I want to go in more with that Mystified shade onto the lower lash. We are going to keep this kind of tight to the lower lash. We'll bring it down a little bit, but nothing crazy. We will connect it out to this wing. Okay, so then I want to take this bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm going to go into the shade right here called Oblivion, which has a little bit more of like an olivey tone to it. And we're going to use that to blend out these shades we have going on right now. This will add just kind of like a different dimension of shade, which I think is good.
So to give some backstory on Poison Ivy, the character, She is a misanthropic botanist and biochemist who possesses a poisonous touch, enhanced physical abilities, and a supernatural control over plant life, powers which she uses for the purposes of eco-terrorism. Bum bum bum.
Okay, so all I did was add a little bit of the Essence Long Lasting Black Fever eye pencil into my waterline, and I think this is turning out really good. I'm actually pretty pleased with it. So I think I want to add some shimmer to give her some glam feel. So I'm going to go in with the same beaver tail brush, but wiped off, that we were using, and I want to go in to the Just My Luck palette, and I want to dip into the shade Mary Jane, which is just this beautiful bright green, kind of yellowy gold shade, and I want to put this right on my inner corner kind of area. Tap and blend this in. I'm going to bring it down into the water, or the inner corner as well. This is going to add some dimension to the eye, which is what I want. You see how stunning and gorgeous that is, like comparatively? I feel like it looks really nice. Then I want to dip into the shade Big Banks, which is the shade right next to it. This is more like a true green shimmer, and I'm going to put that on the lid area. Oh, look at that.
So another thing that she does is she uses plant toxins and mind-controlling pheromones for her criminal activities, which are usually aimed at protecting endangered species and the natural environment from the careless actions of humans. Which honestly, I mean, is she actually a villain? Because I feel like she's low-key kind of a hero, but maybe that's just me? I don't know. You guys tell me.
And I'm bringing that all the way literally up to the brow. I also want to put that Big Banks shade underneath of the eye. So I think what will really kind of set this makeup look off, I want to highlight, and I want to add like a really big wing and some big lashes. So I'm going to use the KVD Alchemist palette, and I'm going to go into the green shade. That shouldn't be surprising. And I'm going to just kind of wipe off this brush here that we use to blend in all of our other stuff. And I'm going to dip into that green shade, and I'm going to highlight my cheeks. With the lip, I think it's going to look really good. Okay, so let's do a wing. So I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, you guys know. And I'm going to do a big wing, because she has definitely winged liner in all of her looks, essentially. And we're just going to follow with that. I like it. I think that this is really, it's coming together, right? Right? Okay. So, I'm going to put on these lashes real quick. The So Wispy Kiss #1 lashes. I'm going to put these on, and I will be right back. So, these are the lashes. I feel like it really added, you know, like with the lashes, I feel like it's all coming together. So, I feel like having a lip will really complete this, but I don't know what I want to do. I have a green. I could do green. Or I could do red, and I don't know, I asked Tyler and he said do red, so maybe I'll do red. So I have the, I'm just going to go back in with the Essence Long Lasting Lip Pencil. I'm going to line my lips. Do I like that? I think I do. Okay, and then I kind of want to go in with like a deeper red than what I have been using. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go in with the Hocus Pocus Sarah Cream Lipstick from Colourpop. I freaking love this lipstick shade so much. So much. I bought a replacement one. That's how much I like it. Yeah. And I don't wear lipsticks like this, but I love it. Okay, I'm like low-key obsessed with this, and I feel like it looks really good. So I'm gonna go put on my outfit, and I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. I am actually really in love with it. I feel like it turned out really good. I was thinking about wrapping my hair around these and doing like an Uma Thurman thing, but I did that as like a practice run like a weekend ago, and it is like those rollers, you know, that like texture, and like I almost had to cut it out of my hair, and so I wasn't willing to do it today. But regardless, I feel like it looks really good just with the horns and with all of this ivy. So let me take you through my look. So I have just high-waisted. I have thigh-high boots on, black boots. I don't actually know what brand these are. I think I might have got these years ago, maybe from Target. I don't know 100%. Either way, you can find black thigh-high boots anywhere. I just had them in my closet. You could wear black boots with this. You could wear green boots. If you have black heels, you could totally just wear that. I felt like the boots really fit the vibe, so I went with the black boots. Then I have this beautiful skirt, which is just a piece of fabric that you could buy at Joann's. My mom actually cut it into like this circle pattern and then just sewed it as like a skirt. Then I have this beautiful black leather corset on, which has like rose and thorn leaf details on it, which I just felt like really fit the vibe. These are the same black gloves I've been wearing in like all of mine. I just got them off of Amazon. And then I have this beautiful like vest thing. This is my rendition of a Poison Ivy look, and I feel like it looks so good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody who might be doing Poison Ivy for Halloween this year. This is my last 2021 Halloween look. Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like it flew by. So yeah, we are already almost to Halloween. Happy Halloween if you're watching this after the fact. If you had a great Halloween, or you have a great Halloween if you're watching it before. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. If you don't, I will probably post a bunch of TikToks of myself in this outfit. And yeah, if you don't already know, me and my best friend Sarah have a podcast, so you can go ahead and follow us on YouTube and on Spotify, and download our episodes, give us a subscription, you know, the whole thing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Stay safe, make good choices, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!